What's up to the real ones, man? Thank you so much for joining me early to check out the pre-show. And thank you so much for even being awake just to watch this game, man. So, because I know for some of you guys, if it's 4 p.m. in LA, for some of you guys, it must be the middle of the night, man. And I know how it feels. I know how it feels because most of the time I have to wake up at 4 a.m. to do these watch-alongs. Not today. Today, it's at 4 p.m., so I get to enjoy my day. But guys, I want to give some time to the guys who are going to roll in late. You guys are the ones I appreciate the most, the ones that are here on time. You guys are the real ones, man. But I do want to give some time for the guys who are going to join in a little bit late. I don't want them to miss out on the video that I made for this event or for this watch along. So I also prepared like a 4-minute video of some of these clips from my past videos dating all the way back to last summer and January, things like that. So enjoy that for the next 4 minutes. And then we're going to roll with a brand new video that's not going to be too long. And then I'm going to join you guys live. I'll see you on the other side.
My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. The morning rain clouds up my window, and I can't see it all.
I think we lose the ball too often.
The problem is with the ball.
It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad.
Dear Jim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my ex, and my email at the bottom. I sent 2 emails back in autumn. They must have been forgotten. Maybe you were too busy counting all those layoffs or something. It's just frustrating, Jim. This squad is so outdated. Our wingers cross to no one, and all our players are overrated. If I could make a wish, I'd sell them all, no hesitation. Start fresh with players who understand the basics of chance creation. Amarim's got the tactics, but this squad just won't comply. We need January reinforcements, or kiss Europe goodbye. Anyways, I hope you read this and give me a reply soon, because if we keep this up, we'll be relegated by next June. My team's gone cold, I'm wondering why. Got out of bed at all. What's up, YouTube? Ruben Amarim's teams score in 3 different ways. One is crosses. Crosses. Ruben Amarim's teams were sporting team was averaging 20 crosses per game, so get used to seeing a lot of crosses. The problem is, though, our crossers suck at delivering crosses. Lenny. Hold on, Lenny. I want you to check this out. Hold on, I gotta get the phone situated. All right, there we go. Check it out. Check out these pecs and quads, Lenny. You know how I get pecs and quads like this? Hard work.
And that's the secret, man. Work hard, work on all your parts of your game. Good luck, man. Let's go. Lenny.
Why can't you put on a shirt, Rio? Another way they score a lot of goals is quick interchange of passes to the inside 10s and the striker. Basically just being able to like telepathically know where each other's going to go, using 1-2s, give and goes. And you can see right here, they just are magnificent at that, and they create these deadly chances, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. It's probably my favorite way of watching a team score a goal, but unfortunately, we're not good at it. Every time we try a give and go or a 1-2, it's like the runner doesn't go or the pass is really bad, and that's what you saw in this last game. But it's good to see that we are trying to do things like that, and maybe we are going to get better at it. We create these diamonds on the ball side of the pitch. Like here, our wing back checks back to receive the ball from the center back, and now we have that diamond with these 4 players. The next move is going to be for the diagonal run, which Ruben loves, from the inside 10 to zone 18. Just think inside out if you haven't seen my previous videos, the one with the thumbnail that I showed you before. While that's happening, Ugarte is going to fill to the space that Garna's vacating, and Casemiro is going to fill in for Ugarte. Once that is done, you now form a new diamond with Casemiro that should move the opposition players around, opening up a lot of space in front of the striker, who would have to receive and hold up the ball in that space and distribute it wisely once his teammates get forward. So then why did Wilcox and Barada choose Ruben Amarim? His style or tactic to deal with pressure and the press in particular is very interesting, guys. A mixture of penetrating passes into players who are playing in the pocket to either hold it up there or have a one-touch pass to one of the wing backs who are flying up the sides, or Sporting used to play 1-2 passes out wide to get up the field using zigzagging diagonal runs, or long balls hit into wide open spaces in the corners of the field where a speedy forward can easily win a foot race against bigger, slower defenders. He uses them so effectively in the team shape that he uses. That's why I think they chose him. That his tactics, his style, and his team shape just needs some competent players to basically have a very, very high chance of breaking a press and getting us in the opponent's side of the field and setting us up, setting some diamonds and triangles, and getting us to score a goal. All right, let's do it. Let's get this started.
It's really important to sign new players soon as possible. Sometimes it's not possible, but I'm really pleased because they proved already in Premier League. I think that is really important in the moment. Mateus, for example, can play in different positions, so you have more mobility to change the starting 11. So I'm really pleased.
What's up, YouTube? Thank you for joining me once again. Thank you for clicking on the thumbnail and being here for the watch along. This is a little video that I made just before the watch along because it's some things that have been on my mind after I watched the press conference. That was Ruben Amorim saying that he is pleased that we got Matheus Cunha and Mbeumo in before the tour. Two very important players for us. This is going to be a pretty different season. I know that we all want more incomings. I am one of you. I want a hell of a lot more incomings, but I have a feeling from watching this press conference that we have a plan A and a plan B. We do have a plan A to bring in more incomings if we get the people out the door that we need to get out the door. But it seems like we're not going to settle for just any price, that Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox have numbers in their mind for how much these players are worth. And as long as other teams come in with bids to hit those numbers and those players are willing to leave for those numbers, then we will get more incomings. But if not, that this manager is ready to cope with the squad the way he has it right now with Cunha and Mbeumo. I think we'll probably get a goalkeeper too. I'm not sure. But with Cunha and Mbeumo, bare minimum transfers, work with the team, only one game a week, as he kept saying, more competition for spots, and players are just going to have to work harder than they ever have.
Our club in the moment, we need to be really careful when we sign a player. So if we have to start the season with this squad, I'm happy because all the players that are here want to be here, and that for me it's the most important thing.
Right there, he let you know that every signing we make cannot fail. We don't have the money to waste. That is actually not a bad thing. Look, I'd much rather we had billionaire owners, which we do have, but I mean billionaire owners who are ready to just dump money and dump money. I mean, I just read that Chelsea have already issued another £388 million in stocks and sold it off to Todd Boehly and Clearlake so that they got more money in, and now they have more cash to spend after they've already made I don't know how many signings this summer. Guys, we just don't have those owners. We have a team that is one of the biggest global brands in the world. And yes, it is. If you haven't seen my past video, just go back like 3 or 4 videos where I had Jason Wilcox on the thumbnail. I'll put the thumbnail up right there. Go watch that video and I'll show you all the data about how we are one of the biggest brands in the world in that video. But still, because of how big our brand is, we generate a ton of monies. And these owners are at least willing to not take out money for a couple of years and put that money back to work and invest in the team. Fine. I wish we had owners that are going to dump their own money in and understand that in the long run, that investment will be returned to them if they do the right things. But we don't have that. So we have to buy smart. Matheus Cunha, Bryan Mbeumo, I am going to certify that as an A+ stamp from me. Those are really, really smart purchases that have to work out, and they're going to work out. These guys have already been tested against the same rivals. As Ruben said at some point in that press conference, these guys have played against the same ones that they're going to play against in a Manchester United kit. They're going to play against the same Saliba. They're going to play against the same Van Dijk. We already know what they can do against the defenses we're going to come up against, and there's no worry that they're going to be able to perform. which is what I love about those two transfers. But when it comes to other positions, nothing's really clear cut. As you guys know, we need a striker. But none of the strikers just jumps right out at us unless it's Alexander Isak, and God knows we're not going to be willing to pay over $100 million. And who knows if he's even willing to come to our squad. So let's just get that out of the way because, look, as soon as the Alexander Isak news broke that he wants to move, I posted on X right away. And if you don't follow me on X, check out my link down there. At Man United FC Man. Follow me on X. I need you guys to follow me on X because I make these videos and sometimes I use game footage, and who knows, YouTube might ban my channel and I might have to restart a new channel. If you don't follow me on X, how are you going to know what channel I'm on now if they ban me? I try my best to obey the copyright rules, but they don't want me to use any video whatsoever. And it just makes it really hard for me to explain what I'm trying to explain if I don't use at least 3 seconds of video at a time. But anyways, follow me on X. On X, I let everybody know that I want Alexander Isak. Let's go for it. Let's use the credit card. Let's go get Alexander Isak. But that was as soon as the news broke. Now it's been a couple of days. My mind's a little more clear, and I know we're not going to go after Alexander Isak. We just don't have that kind of funds, guys. We are where we are, right? Unless Anthony and Garnacho sell for 50 million each right now, we don't have that kind of money. And even if they sold for 50 million each, we could probably get three players in instead of one Alexander Isak for that money. Would I want him? Of course I want him, but let's move on. Let's not even talk about Alexander Isak, guys. Let's not waste our breath, our time, and have our stress levels go up. All these squads like Chelsea bringing in 2 strikers that are better than what they previously had. I mean, Liverpool's bringing in Hugo Ekitike, and they're going to try for Alexander Isak. Chelsea brings in that young guy, Delap, and they got Joao Pedro, who I kind of wish we went for. And who's out there? You got Ollie Watkins, you got Jackson. Honestly, I don't really want either one of them, but if I had to choose, I would take Ollie Watkins. He would do really good. I just don't want him because he's old. I think we only got 2 more good seasons out of Ollie Watkins and then we're like, okay, we need a replacement for him. And I just don't want to buy like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to spend that kind of money on something like that. If we can do what Liverpool did last season, which is not spend much, and then the following season dump a ton of money in the summer. If that's what if we can pull something like that off, I'm okay with that too. Oh, somebody's gonna hate me right now because somebody's gonna say, "What are you talking about? We need to buy." When I was watching this press conference and when I heard this part here,
and I know for a fact that Omar and Jason and the club have a number for these players. If they don't reach that players, they will be Manchester United players. No doubts about that. I understand that the clubs maybe are waiting for the last minute, but they can have a surprises, and I'm ready. I'm ready to receive the players. They have more competition. More competition. If you want to play in the World Cup this year, they need to play. So I'm really happy with that because I have more options, and if they have to fight each other to play, for me it's perfect.
All I kept thinking about is all these guys must be on the same page. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox, and our manager, Ruben Amorim. They must all be on the same page that, like, yes, we want to sell these guys. We want to get top dollar what they're worth for these guys, though. We're not going to settle for loans or anything else. Maybe Sancho they would because he's in his last year. Just get him out. Just like Rashford, whose wages are way too astronomical, and it's really hard to find him a buyer unless he's willing to go to Saudi. So just get him out and get him on a loan. But these other guys like Anthony and Garnacho, they have actual value. These guys are decent performers. They're not bad footballers. And as long as we are going to stand firm and say we're not selling them unless we get what we want for them, Ruben Amorim's okay to welcome him back to the squad. That doesn't mean they're going to get much playing time, but guess what? Like, I think if we welcome them back to the squad, Anthony, out of both, I don't know about Garnacho's attitude, but Anthony would probably work his tail off during practices and try to get in the squad. Point is this: I feel like they're all aligned. Amorim, Barada, Wilcox, Sir Jim, that if it doesn't happen this summer, that we're just going to go into the summer with Cunha and Mbeumo and probably a goalkeeper, like I said earlier. But that's it. And then he'll have to make it work, and he'll have to try and grind and see if he can get to 8th, 7th place, get into Conference League or the Europa League. And that'll be it for this season. And then next summer with European football, even though it would only be Conference League or Europa League, they go again and they invest even heavier in the next summer, I don't even know if they're actually going to be shooting for Champions League spot this season unless they win the FA Cup. I don't know, guys. You tell me in the comments, or you tell me when I go live in a couple of minutes if you think that if you think they're even shooting for a Champions League spot. Guys, I don't know. And I'm starting to be like, okay, maybe that's the play. And if that's the play, then fine. At least we know that's the play. Now, don't get me wrong. We're hearing that Anthony is willing to go to Saudi. If we can get him off to Saudi and get 50 million, 40 million for him, believe me, it'll be over 35. It'll be 35 to 50 million if he's going to Saudi, if he's actually willing to go to Saudi, because that's what he's worth. They got a number on it. The number is not 25, right? If Wilcox and Barada are saying we have a number that the bid has to be at that number, it's going to be over 35. We're going to get that for him if he's willing to go to Saudi. Now, Garnacho, I don't know what the number is. It probably is 50 or 60. I don't know if he's going to be able to get that kind of interest going and get that kind of money, because for that to happen, Garnacho is going to have to be willing to listen to offers from everybody, not just Premier League clubs. And Garnacho might end up having to stay because he's playing the long game. He's playing like, well, I'm just going to sit back and relax and see how this unfolds and see if my price drops. I love what Ruben said there. We're like, if you want to play in the World Cup, then you're going to have to like either be open-minded and leave or stay with us and fight for your place. And there's no guarantee you have a place because we have Cunha and Mbumo now. You're going to have to work twice, if not 3 times as hard to try and get a place on the field. And you know how pissed Garnacho was for playing only 20 minutes. Imagine if he's only playing 20 minutes every 3 games. He might have to just decide to go and listen to offers from everybody unless he doesn't want to play in the World Cup. And that would be a damn shame for someone his age and his talent level. Guys, I'm going to be live very, very soon. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching the pre-show. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in 10 seconds. Oh, there we go. Can you hear me now? My bad. The thing was on mute. I was trying to figure out what's going on. It was telling me that something was wrong. I thought it was a picture. Turns out it was the audio. My bad. My bad. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you liked the pre-show. I wanted to kind of do something like have a normal video of ours that we do on Semeex Football. I wanted to have something that popped up before going live. I'm sure you guys can hear me now. And I'm glad it worked out. I have some plans for future watch-alongs, for future pre-shows and things of that nature. I hope you guys liked it. I just wanted to try something out and see how it goes and how it plays. I hope it was entertaining and everything else. But it actually isn't like just non-consequential. Actually, listening to Ruben Amorim speak and say those things that he said in the press conference does make me think that these guys are prepared to go into the season without buying anybody else. Like, if Garnacho, Anthony don't get sold, I have a feeling these guys are prepared. When I say these guys, I'm talking about Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox, and Ruben Amorim. These guys are prepared to go into the season without buying anybody else, with just rolling the dice with what we have. And what we have, they think, is probably good enough to make it to Europa League at least. And I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel, but at least if that is the plan, at least they have a plan. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not kamikaze. Guys, let me know in the comments. I'm reading all your comments and everything else. Let me know if that's okay. I know it's not okay, but is it okay? I know that's weird to hear, but if our owner, or if the guys in charge are saying, you know what, man, we are not going to loan out Anthony. We are not going to let Garnacho go for $25 million. The price is $50. No loan for Anthony. The only one that's probably going to get a loan is Jadon Sancho. He only has 1 year left, and he probably doesn't care about playing in the World Cup, so they'll just let him go on loan. Plus, Jadon Sancho gets paid, I believe, a lot more than Anthony and Garnacho get paid, so they'll probably just let him go on loan and just save it on his wages, whereas Anthony's wages, and especially Garnacho's wages, aren't really that much. I told your comments he likes the squad even though he knows the team can't win the league. It's a process. Buying new players does not equal to us being any better. That's from M. So basically what you're saying is you're okay with this plan. If they just decide we're not going to buy anyone else, this is it. This is the squad for this season. We're going to try to shoot for top 8 or 7 and try to make it to the Europa League. And then we'll go again next summer and bring in more players. Unless they sell Anthony or Garnacho, then they will probably invest. I don't think they're not going to invest if they sell. But I think if they don't sell, they might not invest anymore. This might be it. Except for a goalkeeper. For some reason, I feel like they would do something for a goalkeeper because we can't go into the season without getting a goalkeeper, especially with Onana leaving for the Cup of Nations, the African Cup of Nations. We needed to bring in another goalkeeper. I'm pretty sure they're not big fans of Banter. Who's starting today at goal? Is it Banter? Anybody who knows the starting lineup, let me know who's starting in goal. I know that Kobe Minu is playing alongside Ugarte, or maybe Bruno's playing alongside Ugarte and Kobe's playing in one of the 10 roles. We don't know yet. But we do know Kobe's starting, Bruno's starting, and Ugarte starting. Obviously, Ugarte is going to be playing right in front of the center backs. We don't know if it's going to be Kobe as the 6 or Bruno as this, as the 8 or Bruno as the 8. Somebody let me know what you guys think. Mr. Man and Art think we need midfielders. I know Art thinks we need midfielders because he always tells me how much we need midfielders. Set up by Indir Euro Delight. Delight. That's how you spelled it, Delight. It's Delight. Heaven, Dorgu, Bruno, Ugarte, Ahmad, Menu, and then I missed it. It scrolled off. Okay. But is Menu playing as a... Well, we don't know yet. None of you guys know either. You guys think Menu's going to be playing as a 10 or Menu's going to be playing as, what do you call it? As an 8. They're warming up with Bruno in the 10. Oh, really? How do you see that? I'm watching it right now. I don't see where people are. I just see Ugarte tussling with one of the coaches. What channel are you watching it on? What channel are you watching it on? Anybody who actually sees... If you can see Bruno is playing at the 10, let me know what channel. I'm watching it on MUTV, by the way. If anybody's wondering, I'm watching it on MUTV. I think Bruno is the 8. I think so too. I mean, he said it in the press conference that Bruno always ends up coming back to be on the ball. But with Menu there, he wants Menu on the ball too. With Menu there, he might move Bruno up to the 10. I don't know. Okay. Forget Ruben Amorim. If it's you, are you putting Menu at the 8 or Bruno at the 8? Let me know in the comments. If it's you, I'll tell you my answer for me after I see you guys vote. I don't want to give away my answer before I see your vote. If it was you, is Menu going as the 8 or is Bruno going at the 8? So just put Bruno 8 or Menu 8 in the comments so that I know. I'm watching on Peacock. Oh, I wonder if that's better than MUTV. I have that too. I already have it on MUTV though. I'm not going to fiddle with it right now. I like Menu up there next to Cunha. Interesting. Menu. Kobe. Okay, so I think those two are saying Kobe, like TD and M are saying Kobe at the 8. Mr. Man, Kobe is an 8. Bruno 8. For one, Mr. Perfect says Bruno 8. Do a poll. I don't know how to do a poll, bro. I'm not. That'd be great if I knew what I was doing. That's actually, I need to learn how to do that. If I'm going to ask questions like this, I should learn. Hargamon, man, I'm sorry. I will become a better YouTuber in the future and know how to do those kind of things. How do you do a poll? Is it on, it's not going to be on OBS. It's probably going to be on the YouTube forum. I have no idea how to do that. I will figure out how to do it, I promise. We're going to do polls starting next live. I will learn how to do it. I don't know, man. I'm not a YouTube. You guys understand I don't make my money doing this, right? Like I'm not. Shame Noah and Bumo and Joshua. Yeah. I know. I actually like both of those players. I really am dying to see both of those players. So I think the next game, though, we're going to get Mbumo on Wednesday. Obviously, I can't do a live like I told you guys. I'm only going to be able to do lives on Saturday games. So I won't be doing a live. Did you watch the Bournemouth game? Bournemouth are a dangerous team. No, I did not. I was actually out spending time with my friends and girlfriend all morning so that I can do this without making her feel like I don't spend any time with her. You good? So I'm going to give you guys my opinion on Bruno 8 or Mainu 8. Personally, I would love if Mainu started to sense danger earlier and worked on his out of possession positioning so that he could be a little bit more defensively sound and play as an 8. I would think that in the long run, 2-3 years from now, we would be very, very fortunate to have Mainu be a good 8 because he needs to learn how to pass the ball a little bit better in longer distances, but he's definitely good on the ball and he's good at driving through defenses. For him to pick up the ball from a center back and then either explode through gaps or be able to hit long passes to the corners would make Mainu really awesome player for us, but he'd have to learn how to play out of possession. The wife's okay with that? Well, the girlfriend keeps reminding me how she's not a wife yet. We don't have to talk about that though. She's probably watching. The lady teaches how to do a poll. That lady teaches how to do a poll. I have no idea what's going on. Sicunia message retract. I have no idea what's going on in the chat, guys. Good day. Just started following you on X. Marcus, it's about time. I didn't even know you used X. Because you should have been following me already. Guys, if you haven't followed me on X, please go follow me on X. Like I said in my video, it's at manutdfcman. At man. I'll put it up at some point. I will put it up at some point. I think I got it somewhere in here. I don't know where. Where do I have it? Is it here? Well, at the bottom there. If you look at the bottom of the screen right there, that side, it says at manutdfcman. That's how it's spelled on X. Go and click on the follow button. Just in case something happens, I need to get with you guys and let you know what's going on with me. Where is the watch along window? I just lost the watch along window. There we go. Okay, so on the YouTube link that I sent you before, where did you send? You can't put links in chat. Marcus had a screwed up week, but good. I have faith in this back three. The back three is the best thing we got. Man, I honestly think that next summer we're going to end up getting a center back, a midfielder, a wing back, and maybe like a number one goalkeeper if we don't get one this summer. I still think that we have a good chance of selling Garnacho or Anthony for $50 million and going after a striker this summer, but talk to me in the chat because I have you guys here. I can kind of brainstorm this with you guys. My thing is, though, I don't like any of the strikers that are left. And some people say, like, Jackson's not bad or Ollie Watkins. They're both not bad. I'm not saying they're bad. I just think they're not good enough. Let's look at the facts. Jackson is not even good enough for Chelsea. They replace him with 2 strikers because they don't even want him as a backup. Do you understand that? Like, they've had him for a while, and they've decided they don't even want him as a backup. Does he have good XG? Yes, but his XG conversion is not good at all. His conversion rate is not good at all. So just because he takes a lot of shots, he gets a high XG. But he doesn't score them. he takes more shots than any other striker in the league, and he's not even the top 3 most goals scored in the league, right? So like it doesn't make any sense. His XG conversion is like 28% or something crazy like that. It's not good at all. Can he run channels? Can he work his rear end off? Yes. But does he win aerial duels? No. So what are we gambling on with Jackson? We're gambling on a guy who's going to run a lot. He's going to take a lot of shots. He's going to miss a lot of shots. He's going to drive us all crazy. Can you imagine how many times you're going to watch this guy shoot and miss before you're like cussing at the TV? I'm not convinced with Jackson. Neither are Chelsea, by the way. And then you've got Ollie Watkins. He's a pretty good baller. Don't get me wrong. Ollie Watkins is a pretty good baller, and I'd be a lot happier with Ollie Watkins 3 years ago than I would be with Ollie Watkins now. Watkins now is basically what you're saying is we're not going to worry about striker for 2 years, but then in 2 summers, we're going to have to go big on a striker because Watkins will be 32 years old in this league. If Amarim is still here, which look, if we're all hoping for good things to happen, that means we're hoping for Ruben Amarim to keep his job because that means the team's doing better. There's no reason to sack him, right? So we got to plan positively. If we're planning positively that Ruben Amarim's still going to be here 2 years from now because things are going in the right direction, no striker at 32 or 33 years old can run as much as this system demands for the striker to run. Unless he's going to make adjustments to his style and have the inside 10s do the running and the striker only coming back to play the hold-up play. But that kind of just... It changes... I don't know if it changes too much of the system, but it does change some of the system and the way we play the diamonds. Because if the inside 10s are going to do the running, they can't be the top of the diamond anymore. I don't know. Like, I just don't know. There's no ideal striker. Now, some people want Benjamin Sesko, but I feel like that's just because of the name. And definitely the price doesn't match the player. Like, he's not a 70 million euro player yet. He might be one day, but he's not one now. I don't know. For me, Gyökeres, Osimhen, those were the guys. They're gone now. Alexander Isak is amazing. He's going to Liverpool. I just don't see it. So if you're in their shoes and you sell Garnacho or Antony and you can make one more purchase this summer, do you shelve the striker problem? Even though we need one, and I know we need one, I understand we need one. Do you shelve the striker problem and you bring in that midfielder that Art wants because Art thinks we need a midfielder more than a striker? Do we get that midfielder that Art wants and that some other fans have been crying out for and start to rotate Mbeumo, Cunha at striker and play Bruno as a number 10 and things of that? Because if you bring in a good, solid midfielder, you can start to move some other pieces around, right? Like you can start to move some other pieces around. You can even have a very rotationary front three that distract. Like, let's take Rasmus out of the whole equation, unless Rasmus starts to play better. But let's take Rasmus out of the equation. You have Mbeumo, you have Cunha, who can both slot in at striker whenever is needed. And then Bruno can play as a false 9 whenever needed. So if you play those three up front and they start rotating with each other into that slot whenever the opportunity arises for one of them to go in, basically like no set striker for the game, just 3 10s. And whenever whoever's in the center at any given time is basically doing the striker role. Goncalo Ramos with option is the move. That's actually a good shout. That's actually a really good shout. Berminator coming through with a great shout, actually. Goncalo Ramos, the way Berminator said it, though. Goncalo Ramos on loan with an option. If we can work that kind of deal, I will stand up and applaud Wilcox and Barada. If they can get him on loan with an option, that's a really good shout. Because we get to see what he can do. Because that guy does run the channels. That guy is not afraid of duels. He knows how to use his body. He's very good at the hold-up play. I wonder why we don't hear a lot about Goncalo Ramos. I honestly don't understand why we don't hear a lot about Goncalo Ramos. Guys, if I missed your chat, believe me, I either read it and just didn't say it out loud. Like I read the note to Sesko from a couple of people there. I am reading the chat. Sometimes I just don't say them out loud. And I might have missed it. I'm not saying I read every chat. And if you leave a really, really long chat, I might read the first sentence or two and then skip on to the next one. So, like, in chat, if you want to say something, kind of get to your point in the first sentence, and then I might keep reading. Because this happens. I get quiet because I'm, like, reading a paragraph, and I don't want to do that, man. I'm trying to become a better host on these lives. I'm trying to become a better presenter on these lives, and it's not exactly scintillating video if I'm sitting here quiet reading a paragraph. Yeah, Nicholas. Yeah, I agree with Ramos. I think if Berminator hit the nail on the head there. If we can get Ramos on loan with an option, I mean, how can you say no to that? He's lightweight, can't receive the long balls from deep. Are we talking about Ramos being lightweight? TD, are you talking about Ramos being lightweight? You've missed the link. No caps, please. He says in all caps. Marcus says in all caps, no caps. And I suggest you guys listen. Because it is kind of annoying. It really is, though, when someone types in all caps. Get Watkins or Vlahovic this win. Vlahovic. I keeps doing that. I don't mean to do that. It's Vlahovic. For some reason, that second V comes out as a B. This window, then get a younger Saint Endrick. Oh, it's younger striker. I'm like, ST, what is Saint Endrick? Younger striker, Endrick, Samu, Bear. First of all, I wish we could get... Okay, something I have said in past videos, but if you guys are new to the channel, and I haven't said it in a couple of videos, but last year when I was first starting out, I told everybody and I warned everybody that I am super biased when it comes to Portuguese and Brazilian players. So the fact that, like, we signed Cunha, I'm over the moon. I was telling I said it on my X account that Wesley just signed for Roma. He's a right wing back from the Brazilian league. I'm jealous because I kind of wanted Wesley like a year. Like, I think during January, I made a video where I said I want Wesley. I am very biased when it comes to Brazilian players. If we can find a Brazilian striker from Brazil and bring him in, I would be over the moon, honestly. Like, I watch the Brazilian league, not a lot, but at least one weekend a month, I'll watch a couple of Brazilian league games on Fanatis. I'm a member of that app, if you will, that shows Brazilian. The problem is there's no replays, and I can't record it. So if I'm at work while the Brazilian league is playing, I don't get to see the games. So I only get to see one game or two games a month from the Brazilian league, and I'm very biased. Like, I just love a Brazilian player. I really do. I really enjoy watching Brazilians and Portuguese players. Young strikers are always a risk. Oh, yeah. They're always a risk, but I'm still all for it. Let me put it this way. My favorite player of all time, and you guys, I'm a little older than most of you. One of my favorite players of all, let's just say my favorite players of all time, non-Manchester United, because obviously we're all biased and we all have memories. Any of you guys who were alive back then or watching Man U back then are going to have memories of Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo, even before that with Cantona, Andy Cole. I mean, of course. But let's talk about non-Manchester United players. My favorite players of all time, but my favorite players that I went out of my way to watch, even though they don't play for my team, R9 is number one. Ronaldo Fenomeno is number one. I got to see him live with Real Madrid. I was ecstatic. I was, like, mesmerized by just the way he, like, jogged. And then Ronaldinho, who I also got to see live playing for Barcelona. These two guys were my favorite players of all time. I loved watching them. I loved just seeing the way they touch a ball, run with a ball, kick a ball. I'm biased. I love Brazilian players. And I would love to... Marcus was saying going after young strikers is always a risk. Yeah, but, like, if you're going to take a risk, I'd rather take it on a talented Brazilian player. And I'm not saying you bring him in to be our starting 9. But, like, if you told me right now, keep Cheeto Obi or sell Cheeto Obi and bring in some young Brazilian prospect, even though I don't know who the kid is, I'll be like, all right, I like Cheeto, but it's okay to sell him. Let's go get the Brazilian. I would be super biased. R9 in Barcelona was amazing. R9 in Barcelona was magic. R9 the first year at Inter was magic too before the injury. I even saw R9 play in his PSV days. PSV, right? PSV, right? He only played there for like a season too before Barcelona got him. Then he played there for a season. Then he moved to Inter for a while because he got injured for a year. The first game I ever watched of soccer was Man United versus Liverpool 4-3 in the FA Cup 2 years ago. Man, Ravel, I feel so bad for you. I honestly do. I feel so bad for the people who didn't get to live out the Man United glory years as a fan, and they're like new fans, so all they know is this misery. I do feel bad, man. I do feel bad. I hope the good times come back around, and they will. The good times are definitely going to come back around. Look, I hate to say this because I don't want to be that guy. But here it goes. If they get the stadium, did you guys hear about the story where they just had a conference for a bunch of investors in New York to see if they can get some money for the new stadium? I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but go read about it. Maybe I wasn't planning on doing a video on it because it's not that exciting of a video, but it is a significant piece of business. They did a conference in New York with a bunch of billionaire investors. They had Roche there. If you guys know who Roche is, that lady who works as, I believe, our CFO or COO, and she had a presentation trying to entice billionaires to invest. If these guys know what they're doing in business, if they have like the right pitch and they get this money and they build this stadium, once that stadium is built, we're gonna be making pretty good money, guys. And sponsors are gonna want to name that stadium, and they're gonna pay big money to name that, to have their brand on that stadium. We're gonna be making good money, and at that point, even though our owners aren't gonna put money in out of their pockets, we will start to be able to have 200-300 million euro summers with ease, I want to say. As long as we make Champions League. Guys, everybody who made fun of the FIFA Club World Cup, I wish you wouldn't. Don't call it a fake trophy. Don't call it a fake tournament. At some point, every tournament could have been called that. At some point, every tournament had its first year, and it could have been called that. Maybe when the first European Champions Leagues were happening, people in England were like, well, that's not a real tournament. The only tournament that matters is the one we play here in our country or whatever. This FIFA Club World Cup, that fake tournament, made a lot of money for a lot of teams. And that's the bottom line. If your team can come up making a ton of money to play in a tournament, that tournament is no longer a Mickey Mouse tournament. That tournament means something. That tournament may put 100 million euros in Chelsea's pockets. They don't have to worry about PSR. Who do you prefer at center back, Maguire or De Ligt? I like both, man. Maguire's passing range is better than De Ligt's. De Ligt's legs are better than Maguire's. I don't know how to answer that question. They're both not perfect, but they're both good. Ruben is very amicable with West Ham assistant manager. Maguire has a knock. That makes sense because I just saw him and I think he was wearing a collared shirt, so I don't think he's playing. I was a Chelsea fan until I was 7. I went to visit my grandmother in Belfast, and my uncle took me to see North Ireland play. George Best scored a hat-trick. I've never looked back. Oh, nice. So that's before my time. I don't remember ever seeing George Best play when I was young, so that's definitely before my time. But the fact that you got to see George Best play, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Like, people who never got to see Beckham play for Manchester United, I'm always like, man, you don't know how good he actually was. Like, as a kid, I idolized David Beckham in Manchester United. When he went to Real Madrid, I watched him less because I didn't watch that many Real Madrid games. What's happening? Did the game started? How come I can't watch it? Hold on, guys. I got to figure out. I guess it's not playing on MUTV. I thought it was. And I'm a minute behind on the scoreboard. Sorry. I was waiting for MUTV to air it, so I got to go to Peacock. Give me a second, guys. Somebody took a shot, too. I missed the shot and everything. Bear with me, guys. I really thought it was going to be on MUTV and I was going to be able to watch it, and I'm not, so I'm going to Peacock real quick, trying to log in. I can't believe I just missed the shot, too. Who hit the pole? Who hit the pole? Somebody let me know. I'm actually gonna rewind and watch it on Peacock. You can rewind. On MUTV, you can't. Oh, Bruno put Rasmus through. Left-footed, hits the pole. That's all I saw, though. All right, how do I get to live? Okay, my game is at 2 minutes and 30 seconds right now. So my clock is off by a minute, basically. Damn, I can't. Oh, nice give and go. I'm at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Dorgu's on the floor. Not bad, eh? Not bad. Not a bad. Yeah, very good run, as Art says. If you're talking about Dorgu. No, I'm a minute behind, Dennis. I'm sorry, man. I don't know. The game I'm watching is at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Bruno's about to take a free kick. 3 minutes and 26 seconds. 3 minutes and 27 seconds. So I'm a minute behind on the clock on the screen. I'm a minute ahead of the clock on the screen. The clock on the screen is a minute behind. Oh, we got a penalty. We got it's a soft pen. I mean, I got to say he kind of went to ground, but you take it. Areola does not look like Areola, bro. I literally thought I didn't know who that goalkeeper was until I just read his name on the back of his jersey. He like dyed his hair blonde or something, grew a little goatee. That does not. Nice. Nice. Bruno got a penalty, just scored. TD. Bruno just converted a penalty. Low kick to the left of the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper dove right. But that was that's kind of a soft pen. I mean, we'll take it, but I need to, Guys, if you're just joining me, the clock on the screen is a minute behind where I actually am in the game. In game, I'm at 5 minutes and 22 seconds right now. The clock is a minute and 4 seconds behind, basically. The stadium looks full. That's good to see. Because they're kicking off at the right time. That was the one problem with the Club World Cup. They kept kicking off at times where most Americans are at work. It's like we can't go to the game. They played a game in LA that I couldn't go to because it was too early. I'm like, what? I got to go to work. Like, I can't even get tickets to go. And it was like 100 degrees. I'm like, why aren't you waiting till 7 or 8 p.m.? so the sun can go down and we don't have to sit in the heat. Somebody bring the ball down. Whoa. So Kobe is playing as an 8, and Bruno's playing up front as a 10. Cunha. So I'm curious, by the way, just to let you know, I'm curious about what I see once our goalkeeper touches the ball. Not because of the goalkeeper. I just want to see what we do, how we build. And there, I was starting to like what we saw. There was a pass right up the middle to Cunha, who's supposed to, use his body, play the hold-up game, and then get someone else involved. He tried to turn, and he didn't really have the space to turn, and so he turned the ball over. These little moments, which it's okay, it's just these little moments, I'm more interested in seeing some sort of link up to get you out of trouble instead of a player who's going to try to turn in a tight area. So West Ham was pressing with everybody but one past midfield, leaving Højlund one-on-one with one defender, and the goalkeeper kicks it to zone 18 for Højlund to chase down. That's textbook Amarin. Oh. Bruno step over. Rasmus wasn't there to take it. Like Bruno dummy step over. Ruben Amorim yelling out instructions, which I always love to see, to be honest with you. Nice little pressing trap. Oh, they left the guy open. Yeah, they left the guy open. And Cunha, we got the ball back. Aiden Heaven was all the way up, and now he's chasing back, and that's what I think everybody needs to understand that starts talking about a three-back system. It's not exactly a three-back system. I mean, yes, it's a three-back system, but it's not so rigid that you're going to have three center backs and no midfielders. Aiden Heaven was just past the midfielders, pressing. So this whole thing about, like, this is never going to work, it's not going to... It will work, and it's not as bad as people make it out to be who are naysayers. Ah. Cunha play the 8. I don't know about Cunha defensively, dude. I mean, he'll be back there like he is right now, helping in the build-up, but he won't be playing back there out of possession. He will be back there when we have possession sometimes to help get the ball forward. But he won't be back there playing as an 8 when we're out of possession. I like Mainu's positioning right now. Like, he's actually doing a pretty good job out of possession. Watching Mainu out of possession is when you learn if he's getting smarter and better or not. Like, right where he's standing right now is very good, as in, like, he's blocking a pass to the other guy. We got the ball back, so it doesn't matter anymore. But I'm not used to Mainu's positioning being really that good out of possession, and it was right now. Ooh. Get there. Pass it, dude. Oh, why are they forcing it to Rasmus when Dorgu was wide open? It just felt like that. Those decisions, man. Those decisions, man. Like, when we get a 3-on-2 and you pass to the guy who's covered when one guy's got no one with him. That seems to me as people were trying to get Rasmus a goal. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be that. You shouldn't have to do that. Just play the correct pass. Next time, Rasmus might be the correct pass. You always have to play the correct pass. Don't. I don't know. Stuff like that doesn't make me. I just feel like Bruno was trying to help Rasmus out and get him a goal. And I don't like that. It's like, no, just play the right way. And eventually Rasmus will get his own chance. I forgot to change the score. It's 1-0. And you guys didn't tell me. Do you think he was being Hollywood, Marcus? I don't think he was being Hollywood. I just think he was trying to help out Rasmus. And it's like, dude, I get that Rasmus needs help and he needs to get his confidence up. I understand that. And as a team captain, you should want to boost the confidence of a striker who needs it, but not by sacrificing a better pass. Like, you do that by looking out for him more often, but you don't sacrifice the better off. Oh, get up, get up. I like that. I like that. I like that aggression from Dorgu. Mainu's all the way up by the goalkeeper. It's such a fluid system that... Oh, please pass. Oh, my God. They go with the wrong option again. They go with the wrong option again. Why can't we pass to the right option when we're on the edge of the box with numbers? We're on the edge of the box with numbers and you pass like the toughest pass you can try to get. And oh, my God, dude. Instead of laying it off on Bruno's right foot to curl it around the defense, you try to put it into me. Oh, dude. I don't understand. Like, I need to calm down. I get it. It's preseason, whatever. But these kind of mistakes drive me nuts. It's like, you did all the hard work. This is the easy work. This is the easy part. You already did the hard part. You got the ball where to there. That was the hard part. You got past their midfield. You're up. You got numbers against their defense. You got 3 options. Pick the right one. Oh, Bruno, what is that, dude? Kobe, nice. I like that. Remember what our manager said in the press conference? Oh man, he missed it. That would have been tough though. That's tough. I'm not going to blame Bruno for that. That's really tough. But our manager said that he's asking Kobe to play faster, make decisions faster, move the ball faster, and that was an example of that. That was really good. That was really good by Kobe. Kobe, I'm pleasantly happy because I was worried about Kobe all season last season. I kept telling you guys, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's got talent. I don't know if he's gonna work out. So far, so good. Nice. Ugarte made the right decision there. Oh, Cunha. Nice. I'm glad he didn't. Then he shot it with his left. I was hoping we'd play with our third kit today. I was hoping they'd debut the third kit, so I want to see what it looks like on the field. I'm trying to figure out which kit I want to get with Cunha's name and number on it. Rasmus needs to focus on what? Art. It feels like that sentence isn't done. I think nothing's going down Ahmad's side because Cunha and Bruno would rather be on the left. Okay, we got it to zone 16. What? Offside. You can see how nothing's going down the right side when you don't have a left-footed number 10 who wants to be over there with Ahmad. Like Mbeumo will be. Mbeumo will be over there with Ahmad. He wants to be over there. Right now, every chance Bruno gets, he goes to the left, and Cunha's kind of stuck in the middle because he doesn't want to go to the right either. Dude, our defensive shape has been good for 2 games in a row. I'm really happy with the way we are out of possession. Oh my God, good job, Manu. Oh, just a little too far. I was getting excited. I was getting pretty excited. That was a good one. Manu doing that from deep is why I want him as an 8. Doing what he just did is like break the midfield line of the opponent. Once he breaks the midfield line of the opponent, the center backs are going to be pretty nervous because everybody's running into lanes and he's just got to find the pass. So right now I'm watching Manu out of possession. I'm trying to see because he should have been there. See, he's a little late to that. See how fast Dorgu was already on Wan-Bissaka? Okay. Oh, can you find Ahmad? Nope. Good cross. That's okay. It's a good cross. I mean, it would have been better if it was on the back post and somebody else was running over there. So again, out of possession, I trust everyone, but I'm just putting my eye on Mainu. That was a good press there. That's got to be offside. That's what I was going to... Yeah, that's got to be offside. Anybody who's new, I'm the timer on the screen in front of you right there down here is like 1 minute and 5 seconds behind what I'm actually at. So I'm at 21 minutes and 49 seconds right now. 22 minutes right now. I'm at 22 minutes right now. So 1 minute and 6 seconds behind is the timer on the screen. Sorry, I couldn't start it on time, and I don't know how to change it. This game's kind of moving fast, isn't it? I'll tell you something. The first half of the last game we played last week was way, way worse than this. Like, way worse than this. Is much better. This is much better. We're doing more with the ball. The movement's better. I was bored watching that game's first half. This is better. The only problem with this game so far is the bad decision making once we get into these dangerous areas. We are wasting chances and our midfield is still shit. Tell me what that means. Our midfield is still shit. Like, what does that mean? Because that can mean a lot of things. I kind of like this Mainu Ugarte pairing too. Peace Storm. At this point, I'm just glad football is back. Me too. Me too. But it's gonna be a hard season for me, guys. It's gonna be a hard season for me because I can't stand watching Liverpool and Arsenal actually do good, and they only strengthened this offseason. It's gonna be really hard because I don't even watch their games. I don't want to see it. Yeah, and they're gonna have really, really good squads this season, and they're my two most hated teams because of all the history and how I grew up hating them. I still hate them. Euro's having a quiet half. It's neat. It's clean, but the ball's not on the right side enough. Maybe that's why. Last game, Euro was really good. So West Ham have figured this out a little bit. They've figured out that if they have 5 guys back, they can get past our press because we press with 5. But if you think about it, if they have 5 guys back and a goalkeeper, that makes them 6. So this is the moment you have to. So I'm at the 27th minute. This is the moment where you have to watch the game now and see if these guys have learned their positioning and tactics. Because during these moments, we usually don't do anything with the ball. We end up wasting the. Yes. Oh, see right there. The connection wasn't there between Ahmad and Bruno. I don't like Bruno doing what he's doing right now. Oh, it wasn't Bruno. It was Cunha, actually. Sorry. Cunha was the one that's stale and just standing around. Yeah, players are definitely not on the same page. This is the stuff that training's supposed to take care of. This is what they should be working on the practice pitch. It doesn't look good yet. We're okay in the counter like right now. Never mind. But we are okay. But when the opponent's defense is set, when they're in their shape, we need to be on the same page so we can penetrate through their shape. Look at this. This is exactly what I was talking about. 5 of their guys back. Everybody's coming back. Mainu's late. Now they're past our midfield. I don't like that. And now somebody's going to tell me our midfield is shit. We're out of position, which I guess is like saying our midfield is bad. Oh, that was good. Back out to Lenny. Lenny trying to find Cunha and keep it moving. Keep it moving. Don't stop. Yes, keep it moving to heaven. Good. Keep it moving. Don't touch it more than one. Yes. That's what we need. This is starting to look more like a Ruben Amorim Sporting team where it's 1 and 2 touches. Everybody's running a certain diagonal. Everybody's got an open man to pass to. And now you get around their opponent's box and you start to create and build with numbers. I mean, even Lenny Yoro's up there. That was more like Sporting. That right there, that possession. That needs to happen more often. That needs to happen more often. Everybody's got to fill in gaps. Everybody's got to take 2 touches and have options to pass to. They need to involve Ahmad more is not a bad shout. There he goes. He gets the ball. He had really nothing. That's fine. Keep circulating. Oh, I love Lenny Yoro. Ahmad just doesn't have it. To be honest with you guys, that right side is just the right side at 10 is missing, guys. Like it's missing. Like it's rarely there. When Mbumo plays, Ahmad will get more touches. There's too many times where Cunha cheats towards the center, Bruno cheats towards the left. Like everybody's just they want to be on their right foot, and I get it. They want to be on their right foot. They're not left-footed. They don't want to be too far out by the right side. There's nobody making a diagonal run out to zone 18. No one. Every diagonal run's been to zone 16, which is the left side. It's gonna be a rough season. It'll be better than last season, guys. It will be. And look, compared to what we saw last week during preseason game 1 against Leeds and now, you're seeing an improvement. Definitely we're moving the ball better. Definitely our positioning is a little bit better. If I see the same amount of improvement every game moving forward, 10%, 10%, 10%, by the time the season starts, we will be playing better. That's for sure. That doesn't mean we'll win a whole lot of games, but we will win more games than we won last season. Last season was atrocious. Okay, so look at the pressing shape and see how they try to work their way out of it. Never mind. Look at that. There's no one by Ahmad. So Ahmad's out there on an island. Because Bruno's back playing as an 8. But that was pretty good. Damn, man. Does Rasmus just not know where the gaps are? Like, dude, seriously, like, does Rasmus sometimes just not know where the right position to be in so his teammate can give him the ball? Like right here, he ran behind the center back instead of standing in the gap so that Cunha can get him the ball. It's these little things that drive me nuts. Who are you talking out? Hoyland or Fernandes? Oh, taking out. Hoyland or Fernandes for Mbumo, or Fernandes back on midfield with regard. Honestly, I would... If what I just said right now about a certain person's positioning and mentality doesn't give away the clue who I would take out. Oh. Like Rasmus has a lot to learn. Rasmus, I know people are saying Bruno out, Bruno this, Bruno that, and I get it. But sometimes playing with Rasmus is like playing one man, like with... I really have high hopes for him. Like, I hope Rasmus learns. I really do. Because, like, he is skillful. He's just never in the right place. He doesn't make the right decisions. But, like, he's a good player. But it doesn't mean anything if you're not in the right spot. Bruno don't get me wrong. Like when Bruno's playing bad, I'd rather have Bruno out because he wastes a lot of balls. But Bruno's far from being our worst player or the guy that's going to be the reason why we lose if we lose a lot. I think Dorgu's going to have a good season. Also, TD. I do think Dorgu's going to have a good season. Oh, I like this Lenny Euro with some room. There he is. Offside. Damn it. You guys been waiting for Ahmad to get the ball. Now, all that happened because Ugarte got the nutmeg through and you know, basically that's like that's barely offside too. It is offside, but it's barely offside. Wait, Art, you think Rasmus thought Cunha will take another step? And what is that like? Does that you still don't go running in? Never mind. Art, if you're talking about that play I was complaining about Rasmus earlier for not being in the right place, and you're saying, nah, disagree, Rasmus thought Cunha will take another step, I will respectfully tell you, obviously, Cunha did not take another step, so Rasmus thought wrong. And that's facts. That's like an actual fact, right? Like, Rasmus thought wrong. Maybe he did think Cunha was going to take another step, but Cunha didn't take another step. Right? Like, there's a lot of reasons why people are out of position. When people are out of position, it's always because they thought something else was going to happen. That's why they go out of position. The point is, like, you have to be better at predicting what's actually going to happen instead of what you think was going to happen. Be cool. Delict never offers the diagonal to heaven. I noticed that too, but I only noticed it once. Yeah, I would like to see Mount up there with Ahmad. Put Ahmad in 10. You put Ahmad in 10, but Mount up there with Ahmad, so you're talking about Delo coming in as the wing back then? Really like Dorgu for sure. Movement is better for sure. Movement's way better. Manu is also having a good game. I think he's having a pretty good game. Although P Storm said he wanted Manu out. But I think Manu's actually doing better than what he normally does. It might not be an amazing game, but it's good for Manu. It's pretty good. Oh, Wan-Bissaka. No, and Mbumo's not even on the bench, Hendrick. And Mbumo's not going to play at all today. I think the official word is that he just they feel like he just joined, so they want to give him more time. I don't think he has a knock. Which I totally understand. Like, maybe they want him to just watch this game and then he can start in the next game. Also, it's like more fair for the other players who have been working with the team and running in training that they're like, oh, this new guy just showed up 5 days ago and he takes my place or whatever. Look how Bruno's coming to the left. He's in the center. And he's asking Ahmad to stay way out wide. Yeah, no, Ahmad's not going to get a lot of... Ahmad's going to be alone. Like, Ahmad's not going to get a lot of touches today. Unless Heaven learns how to hit a long switch, Ahmad's not getting a lot of touches. He'll get his touches when Mbumo plays, though, guys. Like, I know everybody's like, you know, wanting Ahmad to get his touches. It's not going to be for long. As soon as Mbumo gets in the starting lineup, which will be almost every game unless he gets injured, and God forbid he gets injured, Mbumo will be playing almost every game. And Ahmad will get a lot of touches when Mbumo gets in and around him. Ooh. Oh, Heaven. The league's doing a pretty good job cleaning up. We need to get better at set pieces. Yeah, Ben, we've been saying that too, man, that this game looks better than the last game did. We are definitely looking sharper. We are definitely looking like we've spent some time on the training pitch, which is all you can ask for, really, is that, okay, so training is working a little bit. They are in better positions. Let's see how they build up out of this one. They're 43 minutes, 44 minutes in. They're a little bit more tired. It's definitely hot in New Jersey. Let's see if they can keep their wits about them and find a way to build out of it. Oh, there's the diamond shape, and it just, oh, he missed the pass to zone 18 to Rasmus. That pisses, that's in, hold on. He needs to let it go again. Oh, that's new. Ah. That's new. We never had a guy who can turn like Cunha. Rasmus, let it go. There you go. Can we give Ahmad the ball? Nope. There's your triangle. And there's Heaven to create a box. Oh, he didn't give him the ball. The zone. This is good too, though. You're bringing the defense out of their shell. But now you got to hit either Cunha or Ahmad. Ahmad's got to check back so Rasmus can get on that run right there. Ahmad should have checked back earlier, though, so that run could have started earlier. Like, Ahmad didn't really check back. He just stood there. Rasmus got a little goatee going on. Ooh, did you just see Ruben yell at his assistant and put his hand up? Something there he doesn't like. And I tell you, I think it's because the pass was never supposed to go towards the goal. The pass was supposed to go out farther towards zone 18. But the pass came towards the goal. The goalkeeper shouldn't even have a chance at getting that pass because that's not where he wants the ball. Ruben wants the ball deep into zone 18, not central in zone 17 or 11. I'm going to pause the clock so that I could start it in the second half kind of at 45 minutes and 28 seconds, so that in the second half I'm like right on. But Amarim looks pissed. They just showed him again. He is not happy, and I don't blame him. He knows how good they've been in training, and he's probably upset that they're not executing as well as they have in training. Oh, Ahmad kept the ball a little longer there. Horrible pass. Oh, beauty. That's a foul, ref. There you go. I'd love to get one more goal. Guys, you guys think he's going to substitute a lot of players for the second half? I don't. I don't, because there's no Xerxes, there's no Mbumo. I mean, I think he's going to make substitutions. I just don't think it'll be the whole squad. Ooh, nice play. And that's the first half. You guys think he'll substitute a bunch of players for the second half, or do you think it'll just be Mount, Diego Leon? I guess he's going to... How many people are on the bench? Do we know? I think he's going to keep at least 3 or 4 people. Hold on. We got Ruben Amorim doing an interview. Yeah, see, he's going to play with them for 70 minutes. That's what I thought. He just said it in an interview, that he's going to play with the same guys for 70 minutes. So they've got another 25 minutes before he changes the team. And it makes sense. That's what I thought he was going to start to do. And I think he'll do 65 and 70 minutes. I think he'll do 65 to 70 minutes per game moving forward, because he's got to get him fit. He can't just have him play 45 minutes every time. I think he'll do 65, 70 minutes. They got a game on Wednesday, though, I believe. So, like, in 3 days. He'll probably just play them about 60 minutes for that one. And then they got another game next Saturday or Sunday. He'll probably play them 65 or 70 minutes that game. And then they have a whole week off. And then the next game after that is on, I believe, a Saturday. And he might do the whole game. Or is that the actual kickoff of the season? But yeah, he's got him for 70 minutes, which I like, because I want to see what he tells them to do in the halftime, like in the locker room right now, because I want to see how they come out for the second half and what changes he's made. I like that a lot. Guys, do me a favor. If you were here for the opening of today's live, when I first turned the live on, and you guys saw the pre-show, pre-video, pre-whatever you want to call it that I did, was that a good or a bad? Is that okay? Is that something that you guys are okay with moving forward? I think it's better, because when we get into live, when I go live, I can't sit and just talk freely just like I do in my videos. I have to read the chat. I have to interact with you guys, so it kind of feels like it is right now. And putting up that video and having something that kind of just gets us ready to go 45 minutes before kickoff it's only about the whole video was 17 minutes long. So after 17 minutes, I come on live and we do this. Is that okay? Yeah, I had like a pre-show, Bra says the dancer. Bra Sikez the dancer. I'm just gonna call you Bra. Bra. Yeah, I had like a pre-show. I actually was gonna. Maybe I'll take this. It was a good show. It gets you started. And thank you, Miguel. I appreciate that, man, because I did put in the work, but I didn't know if it was gonna work or not, or if it was even worth it. But I did put in the work to, try something new. When you say one-touch passing system, I think you need to say it's not a system. They're just moving the ball faster than us. And Ruben wants us to move the ball faster, believe me. So it's not a system issue. It's just the players are more confident. They know where each other are, and they're just passing the ball. Whereas our players are sometimes still not on the same page. It's Scissors. Got it. So Bra Scissors the dancer. Can I call you Bra, though? Or would you like me to call you Scissors? Let me know what you want me to call you, bro. Put it in the comments. Do you want me to call you the dancer, Scissors, or Bra? And don't say all, because I'm not... You get one word. Which one do you want me to use? Don't like the fact that Mount is out of the team again. Had high hopes that he would gain something for this new season. I think Mount's going to get plenty of playing time this year. He's a good soldier. He knows where to go. He's very smart. He knows how to system. Out of all the players, Mount's probably the most disciplined in the system and knows exactly where to go, and his positioning is actually almost flawless out of everybody there. The problem with Mount is skill, not knowing the system. The problem with other players is knowing the system and not skill. Scissors. You want me to go with Scissors? Okay. You picked the hardest word on the whole damn sentence. Thank you very much. So far, can't complain. They're upping the tempo, says Scissors. What I mean is higher tempo. Yes, sorry. Yeah. Our tempo's slow, man. I think we have to know the system and our positioning like the back of our hand. You know what I mean? Like, you got to just know where to go. Go, boom, boom, hit him. Problem is, though, you got some players who are always making bad runs and in bad places, man. Like, really, I don't want to say names anymore because then Art will get mad at me. Rasmus is doing far better than what you normally describe him most times. Rasmus is doing better. I can admit that for sure. Rasmus is definitely doing better. Let's see for the first 25 minutes in the next half. Rasmus hasn't had to really hold up the ball yet, which is actually surprising, but I think it's because the other team is a little bit playing farther back than what most pressing teams play. I think West Ham is kind of giving us a little bit of space and not making us have to play it into the pockets and have Rasmus have some hold-up play, so we'll see. The pre-show was interesting, but I would have been more focused if I knew that you were doing that. I think it's something I'm going to try to do on every live, even if it's not, what do you call it? Even if it's not a watch-along, I think for every live I'm going to do a 10-minute video of what's in the news and what's going on. That way, boom, I hit you guys with a video that I can edit, make it cool, and then right afterwards I can come online and continue the show with you guys interacting with me, so that it's not like the whole, you'll get a little more upbeat for the first 10 minutes before it becomes a whole give and take with the chat. Because, look, I love interacting with the chat. I definitely love interacting with the chat, but it is, for people who aren't here for the live to watch later, for those guys, it's a little bit harder of a watch. Like me, myself, even when I watch other YouTubers and I see when, their lives and they're interacting with the chat, I'm always like, okay, I'm bored, and I just change the channel or whatever, or go to a different video, because it's just not fast, right? It's kind of slow when you interact with the chat, which is totally fine. I just would like to have a 10-minute pre-roll first, covering all the things that are important in the video that we're going to talk about, and then I come on live and we interact. The only issue I have with Mount is that he has a number 7. Me too, Ravel. Actually, yeah, I really wish they didn't give him the number 7. I say that all the time. Midfield, no system. Rasmus was better. Defense, good. Mad. Ahmad, isolated. Perfectly said, Art. In the new training video, they're practicing quick passes. Yeah. I guarantee you they've been practicing quick passes for a year. We're waiting for them to show it to us, and I'm sure Ruben wants them to show it to us too. And that's why he said things in the press conference when he was talking about Menu. I want him to, pick up the pace. I'm sure that's not just for Menu. That's for a lot of players. Rasmus' positioning movements pace is quite better than before. Definitely better than before. That's why it's a bit disappointing. I miss what P Storm said earlier. Think our boys want to move the ball faster as well. The movement is there, but they wanted to push for the attack and shots quicker, but it just wasn't going for them. Like they weren't on the same wavelength for sure. When Bruno and Cunha are right, Ahmad gets to be all alone. And Mbumo will come in and that'll be fixed. I see glimpses in the tempo and intensity. We need consistency. That's actually correct. Yes, I saw that too. There were glimpses where we played with more intensity and with higher tempo. It just needs to be like constant. We need to stop being confused. We think too much. We need to know instead of think. But Cunha is amazing, guys. Like really, Cunha has done things for us that we haven't had in our team in years. Someone who can just not be scared to dribble past people. Not like the old way that, like, I'm just going to say it, like, not like the old way that Rashford would do it, where he just kick the ball and try to run. Cunha's not going to outrun you, but he's going to trick you or just kind of bait you into making the wrong move so he can get past you. He's not much faster than you. Is Mbumo playing today? No, Blableka, he's not. If I said that right, I deserve kudos. Blableka, Mbumo's not playing today, man. Sorry. I think West Ham is a little passive when it comes to pressing. I think so, too. I think Xerxes actually wouldn't stretch the line enough. Cunha needs space to work. That's actually a very good point, TK. I think Xerxes is a much better right-sided 10 or left-sided 10 than he is a striker. But I think sometimes he's going to have to play as striker. I'm sorry, I just really like what Peacock is doing right now, showing the pressing patterns. That's pretty good. Joshua would be good, but where? I think I just answered that, Art. Inside 10 instead of striker. Wait, do you think of Menu in number 8 so far? I think I like it, dude. I think I like it because I think we can all say that this is one of Menu's best performances so far. And it's as an inside 10. I mean, an 8. Sorry. As an 8. And that's what we need him to be. We just need him to keep pressing. Look, I don't fear Menu when we have possession. I fear Menu when we're out of possession. And so far, he's been doing all right today. I fantasize Joshua in midfielders. I'm not sure I know what you mean, but if you're saying Joshua playing as an 8, I don't think so. I don't think so. His mentality, he's a forward-thinking player. I think the system is custom-made for Cunha. That left-sided 10 is perfect for him. I think you're right. Dorgu was real good. Ugarte is essential if we want to play Kobe in midfield. Yes, but it'd be better if it was someone with even more legs and a better passer than Ugarte so that he... Like right now, don't get me wrong, Ugarte did a couple things that were really good in possession, but in possession, Ugarte is not that useful. We want someone who can do what Ugarte does, like cover a lot of ground and win the ball back, but someone who's also can make forward passes more often than Ugarte does, so that the pressure comes off of Menu so he has even more space. Give me the bad news, bro. Are we going anywhere? K7. So I will tell you exactly what I said in my pre-show. It's a good question. I think we need to just shoot for getting into the Europa League this season, guys. That's it. I don't think top 4 is a possibility. K7, if you're saying give me the bad news, I'm going to give it to you right now. Top 4, I don't think so. I think Arsenal, with all the incomings they have, Liverpool, let's not even talk about. These two teams that I can't freaking stand and I hate with all my guts. Arsenal and Liverpool are building pretty good teams. Liverpool's building a super team, to be honest with you. I almost think their squad's better than Real Madrid's. If they get Alexander Isak in, I'm not sure how Liverpool doesn't have the best squad in Europe, if not top 2. You know, if PSG has a better squad, fine. Then Liverpool has the second best squad. So I don't think we're getting on top of them. We're not getting on top of Arsenal or Man City. So that's already the first 3 spots. And then let's not forget Chelsea's not done buying. And Chelsea just got a taste of their first trophy, and that Joao Pedro looks serious, bro. The reason why Chelsea didn't win as much as they should have won last season was because their strikers kept missing. Joao Pedro doesn't look like he misses too many goals that he's supposed to be scoring, which is a reason why I don't want Nicholas Jackson, because that guy misses. Yes, he moves great. Yes, he runs channels fantastically. Yes, Nicholas Jackson has a high XG because he's in the right position and gets the ball in the box and makes these runs. But then he fluffs the shot and only converts 28 to 31% of his shots. I think all of us would be really, really mad. Nicholas Jackson and Darwin Núñez are almost the same player, except one shorter. And that, do you know what I mean when I say Darwin Núñez? Because Darwin Núñez runs the channels. Darwin Núñez is always in the right spot. Darwin Núñez gets a lot of opportunities on goal, but he doesn't convert them. Nicholas Jackson is the same way, unfortunately. So I don't want Nick Jackson. I'll take him because he'll be in the right positions, whereas our man sometimes is not. But I swear to God, if Rasmus can learn to be in the right, like, better decisions, and yes, he's playing better today, but if he can learn to be even better than today and get in better positions than today, he's actually going to convert his chances. I think Rasmus would be better than Nicholas Jackson if he made better decisions on where he should position himself and the runs he should go on. That's why Milan gave them 4-2 today. Are you talking about Liverpool? Bro, they don't care about preseason. They really don't. Like, those guys are built to play in the season. Like, I hate them, bro. I hate them. I wish I was wrong. All right, I got to start the clock at the right time. Like Ben says. I need 28 seconds. All right. 20 more seconds. Okay, let's see if we start moving the ball a little bit quicker. Let's see if we come out with a little more intensity, because they're only going to play 25 minutes. I need to start the clock in 2. All right, the clock's bang on. It's perfect. It's exactly where I am in the game. Name a striker who's worked out at Chelsea over the past 10 years. Over the past 10 years. When did Drogba leave? Has it been 10 years? Is it over 10 years ago? I will say this, though. Like, Timo Werner, same as Nicholas Jackson for me. So, are you saying Timo Werner is a good striker? He just doesn't work out because he's at Chelsea? No, I think Timo Werner is Timo Werner. He's a guy who's going to make big-time runs, get in good positions, and then he's going to fluff the shot. That's Timo Werner. That's Nicholas Jackson. So, I mean, you can... I'm going to tell you this right now, Marcus. I think Joao Pedro is going to work out at Chelsea. We'll see if I'm right or wrong after the season's over. But I think Nicholas Jackson. I think Joao Pedro is going to work out at Chelsea. I'm not sure what Bruno's cross with the outside of his foot was right there. That was pretty bad. Give him... Oh... Cunha with some space. Where are you watching the game? I'm watching a game on Peacock, and I'm in Los Angeles. I'm not sure which one of those things you were looking for an answer. I'm watching a game on Peacock app. which is the NBC app in the U.S., and I'm watching from Los Angeles, California. Oh, Diego Costa. Yeah, Diego Costa was all right for Chelsea. But again, like, guys, it doesn't matter. Like, Joao Pedro is going to be good for Chelsea. He's not going to be bad. Joao Pedro is a good player. As long as he doesn't get injured, that guy's an aggressive player who knows how to put the ball in the net. And he's going to get so many more opportunities at Chelsea than he did at Brighton. And he's going to get more space at Chelsea than he ever did at Brighton. Or, guys, I'm not making a mistake here. He came from Brighton, right? Like, why am I, like, worried that I'm saying Brighton, but it's not Brighton? I think he came from Brighton. I'm really bad with names and stuff like that. This is what I'm talking about, Rasmus. Show me some. Oh, that's a goal. Come on, buddy. Oh, my God. Guys, that's what I expect Nicholas Jackson to do. What Bruno just did. That's what I expect out of Nicholas Jackson. I expected Bruno to bury it. I expected Bruno to bury it or lay it off to somebody to bury it. I don't think Bruno's ready for the season. That's like two bad, like not great games. What the Mid-table United, thank you, man. Yeah, it was Brighton. Yeah, I think Joao Pedro is going to do good. Who's your ideal Menu partner? Baleba would be amazing. Kamara from Monaco. I don't know if that's how you say his name. Kamara from Monaco would be pretty good. If he can hack it, if he can hack the physicality of the Premier League, Kamara from Monaco is actually pretty impressive. Oh, you asked for Baleba or Wharton. I'd probably take Baleba over Wharton, only because of the physicality. But I wouldn't be displeased with Wharton. Wharton's pretty good. The pitch is crap for sure, P-Storm. Ederson would be okay. I just sometimes feel like Ederson's a little bit slow. I don't know how much more ground he can cover than Ugarte already covers, but Ederson's a better on the... Oh, Bruno. These crosses are so bad. Like, our crossing's bad. Really bad. Like, the fact that that's not a corner, the fact that Dorgo actually kicked it out like that is not... I'm not happy. Marcus says, sorry, pal, but Bruno's overrated. The way he's been playing this preseason, I agree with you. Yeah. He needs to get back to being the better Bruno. There's a good Bruno and there's a bad Bruno. Problem is, the good Bruno is really, really good and the bad Bruno is really, really bad. There's your Bruno goal. Marcus, what do you think of that? Who else can just be fancy like that and just curl it in? No sweat. Marcus, you do me a favor. Every game, I want you to say something negative about Bruno with me around on a live show that I'm doing. Because if that's what happens, if you're the guy, if you're the guy that has the magic power to say something negative about Bruno and somehow he goes, oh yeah, I'll show you. From now on, you come to all my live shows and you say something negative about Bruno at some point in the second half. It has to be in the second half, though. Please don't do it in the first half. And actually, I want you to remember exactly what you said because I want you to type it I want you to write exactly, sorry, pal, but Bruno's overrated in the second half of every game that I'm doing a watch along. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, now that I'm done having some laughs, I love seeing that goal. That's a great goal. I love it. But I want to see a system goal. I want to see a goal that we get because of 3, 4, 5 passes that we string together with diagonal runs and basically Ruben Amorim system, and then create a chance to score a goal. I don't even care if we score a goal doing it. I just want to see us run the system the way it's supposed to be run and create multiple chances. That's the whole point of preseason. It's nice to see a nice goal like that, but that's not a goal we're going to get in every game. What a nice strike it was, though. It was a beautiful strike. We did press well. You did. You're right, Toto. We definitely, even here right now, we're pressing well. We should have got that ball back. Yeah, even now we press well. Manu almost got the ball. Why does Bruno shoot or pass sometimes like his foot is broken? I don't know, man. I don't know. I totally understand what you're saying, though. God, I wish Mbumo was playing. Honestly, I really. But then again, Manu would be on the bench if Mbumo was playing because Bruno would be playing at the 8. I honestly would rather Bruno was on. Earlier, somebody asked me, do we take out Manu or Bruno for Mbumo? Now I've decided we take out Bruno. But then again, he's the one who scored the second goal and the first goal. He scored both goals. That's why it's hard to take him out. Like, imagine being a manager. And you're like, okay, this guy does some dumb stuff, but then he scores 2 goals. Oh, I got to change the score. You guys never tell me to change the score, man. Like it's your job. It's not mine. All right, there you go. Annoying all game scores and everything is fine reminds me of Rashford. Why does Bruno shoot or pass? When I see hearts in the chat, is that because somebody's like clicking the heart button, or like what does that mean? I'm always confused. I just see like hearts flying by, which I appreciate. Like I really do appreciate it. It makes me feel good. I'm like, oh, someone's enjoying this. Dude, Amorim looks pissed, and I love it. Because he shouldn't be happy. 2-0 means nothing. The score doesn't mean anything. The play is not good enough yet. It's better. I'm not being negative. Bro, you know what else I don't like? People come into my comments and go, I'm toxic. How am I toxic? I'm just saying what I'm seeing. It's better for sure. It's way better than last week. Way better. But Amorim, is Ruben toxic too? Whoever calls me toxic, is Ruben toxic? Because he's mad way more than I am. Is Ruben toxic? Because if he is, you know, we should probably, like, I don't know, ban him and shame him on social media for being toxic. It's not toxicity. I don't do it for clicks either. Like, whoever thinks I'm doing it for clicks, you're out of your mind. I don't even make money doing this. They're probably not here. The guys who say those negative things to me are probably not here watching a watch along with me. Oh, Manu, dude, that's got to be a card. You're not going to give him a card? He had acres of space in front of him. And Bumo is where? He's somewhere in the stands watching, buddy. Blableka, he'll be playing probably next week. They didn't want to play him because he's only had 4 days training with the team. Is it 4 or 5? Something like that. Oh, come on. Those zones are open, dude. Now Ugarte kept the ball for too long. This is what I mean. Look, everybody's got to reshuffle their runs. All the runs are gone. And that's what I mean by, like, it's not moving fast enough. This isn't his system. Like, now they have to reset because that's not his system, what you just saw. Because it was too late. And now that's a Hail Mary pass. That's not his system. I know we say he likes the long ball. He does like the long ball, but it's not like that. It's not for no reason. It's because... watch my videos. I want to stop being toxic. I am up to 5K subs, man. It's all thanks to you guys. I got 400 subs in the last 20 days. And I don't know, like, a part of me thinks that if I can get to... A part of me thinks that if I can get to 50,000 subs, which I know that's a long way away. It seems like it's a long way away. But if I can get to 50,000 subs, I can probably do this full time. I don't even know. I don't know what it takes. Because right now I make like less than $100 a month doing this. Less. Like last month I made $64. But I have had months where I made like $130, $140 a month, which is nothing. So I don't know what it takes to make what I need to make to replace my job. So I could do this full time and then I'll be okay with calling myself a YouTuber. I will not call myself an actual YouTuber. Sometimes I say it with you guys, but with my friends I don't say it because it's not where I make my money. Ahmad's definitely isolated. And it doesn't help when... Get up there and get it. There you go. Okay. Oh. Give it back to Ahmad, man. Let him go one-on-one. Let him get... Oh, he made a beautiful run, and nobody was ready to pass him the ball. That was a beautiful inside diagonal. YouTube needs you to be consistent. Dude, I wish I could. I literally, when I work, some days, I work 10 to 12 hours before I get... Like, from the time I leave home to the time I walk back into the house... It's 12 hours later, dude. By the time I eat dinner, I'm just ready for bed. But every chance I get at work, I got my 2 notebooks, because one's almost full. I got my 2 notebooks and I write down notes about, like, okay, when I have time to make a video, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. I have notebooks full of stuff. And then most of the times when I make a video, I have to watch the games again. Because you guys like the tactic videos. And the tactics videos, I gotta watch the game and make sure I'm seeing the patterns I'm talking about. I don't want to just say something without triple checking. It's the same at my job, by the way. Like, we have to check. We get data of players and what they're doing. Even though we're getting data from very reliable places and we have our own measuring equipment for that data, we have to check and make sure, double check before we present that data to anybody. Oh no. Come on, Heaven, dude! So these are the kind of moments that you test a young defender and see, like, okay, buddy, like you've got the step on him. Are you going to be able to make sure you don't give him a lane? Make sure you don't give him any kind of gap to shoot through. Yeah, West Ham scored. That's chalk that up to a learning opportunity for Heaven. The managers don't look happy about it at all. That needs studying. That needs studying for sure by our managers and our coaches to make sure that that's not some sort of weakness that other teams can exploit. Yeah, Ruben is pissed. You see his face. He's not having it. To be honest with you guys, like, again, I'm not being toxic. Please don't say anything like that. It's just going to piss me off. And then you'll see real toxic. But we're not playing that. Yes, we're playing better than last week, but we're still not playing good. This isn't his system. This isn't. You're starting to see it. You're starting to see a couple of players kind of do something, but then the guy with the ball doesn't send the ball, so then that play kind of breaks up. They're not on the same page. They're not moving at the same tempo at the same time. I think everybody's going to be changed, Art. Like, I think the whole team's going to be changed. We need at least 2 more windows before we have a decent team. Yeah, but does this manager have 2 more windows? That's the thing, Marcus. Like, does this are the fans going to stand behind this manager so that they don't put pressure on ownership to sack him? I don't think our fans are not that smart. Like, our fans are very, very, and I don't blame our fans because they're sick and tired of it. It's been a decade of not playing great. I don't blame our fans for being the way they are. Like, let's just be real. I get crazy emotional too, and I say some things that a day later I regret. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But it's only because of the passion and the emotion. It's because I care. Guys, this whole 70 minutes, we talked about how, or 65 minutes, we talked about how Ahmad was on an island and he never got the ball. I'm telling you right now, when we change this team, oh man, I really wanted to see Sekou Kone too, TD. You just reminded me, I really wanted to see Sekou Kone. What do you call it? I have a feeling that Diego Dalot is about to get the ball more than Ahmad did in the first 65 minutes. Just because there'll be somebody on the right side to play with. I don't know why he's not playing Kone, bro. Like, I'm actually with you on that one. I'm 100% with you. Not because I think maybe Kone's not ready. I want to see him because I want to judge for myself if he's ready or not. But maybe the manager doesn't even need to see him. He knows he's not ready. But if he's not ready, then we should send him on loan, man. He shouldn't be playing for the academy. Like, the kid's got the right attributes for everything we want in that number 6. Everything we're looking for. A number 6 who's good with the ball and could cover a lot of ground and is aggressive in the tackle. He's got everything we want. He's the reason why we want Wharton. He's the reason why we want Baleba. Like, he's got it all. He's got those skill sets, but maybe he's just not ready. Who's playing at the right 10? Mount? Who's 38, guys? Is that Fletcher? Is that Fletcher? Right? I think it's Fletcher. So Collier? Ooh. That Collier right there, right? Playing with Cass. So he put Toby in instead of Kone. and Fredrickson as a 10. Man, I would have loved to see Kone instead of Toby. I don't think Toby's good enough. Like, I don't know. Maybe you guys disagree. Let me know if you disagree. You can put it in the chat. I don't think Toby Collier is good enough. I don't think he's going to make it, dude. I really don't. I saw him live in last year's preseason against Arsenal, and I was like, he's all right. Like, he's all right with a bunch of space in front of him. He's not that good in tight areas. If we get another 15th place season, he should be gone. No, but what if we get 12th or better? Would you sack him for if he got 12th or better? At what point would you not sack him? Is 10th good enough not to sack him? With this squad now, without getting another player, if we don't sign a midfielder with this squad, and all we sign is a goalkeeper, if we sign a goalkeeper and kept the rest of the squad as is, if he finished 10th, would you sack him? I wouldn't. I don't think the squad's ready to challenge for. I mean, the best this squad can do in my eyes is 7th. That's the best. That's if every bounce goes our way. If we get every call. I think Collier is a good utility player in just that. Collier isn't good enough, nothing special. And that's what I see. I see a guy they need to be sending on loan to the championship or something like that and see if somebody will buy him. I don't think he would. I'm not even sure he'll make it in a Premier League, to be honest with you. Unless somehow his body matures in 2 years and like he becomes like bigger, stronger. Because there is something to be said about how flimsy he looks, too. Like, for the position he plays, he needs to be a lot more physical. The same squad finished top 7 with previous managers. You can't say that, Design. Please, please, dude. Please, no. It's not the same squad. With Rashford gone, it's not the same squad. So you can't say that. With Rashford gone, it's not the same squad. And also, please remember that we finished in the top 7 playing transitional counter-attacking football, which we are not going to do with this manager. That is not what he's going to do. And if we're changing our style to a different style, we have to find a way to finish top 7 without relying on the counterattack to score 90% of our goals. I'm not saying we're never going to counterattack. We're definitely going to counterattack. It's a part of the game. But we used to score literally 75% or more of our goals on the counterattack. That's not what's going to happen anymore. So you can't. Yeah, I love you, Design. I love you for being here. And like, with all due respect, it's just not. If you're trying to change literally the way you play football, you're not going to match the same things you were doing before you try to change. You're going to have a dip before you rebuild the squad and go back up. So with that in mind, actually, you didn't even say if you would sack him or not. You just said 10th is bad. Okay, 10th. Let's say 10th is bad. 10th is bad anyway. It's not really that great. Europa League or bust, I think, is the goal. They want to finish in the top 7 and get Europa. Ooh, nice Cheeto. 12th, our sack him. Mr. Man says 12th, he'll sack him. So, Design Playground, I want to hear from you, though, bro. Let me know. Like, is 10th mean you'll sack him for 10th? Or 12th, you'll sack him? I think 12th, I could totally understand why anybody would sack him for 12th. I wouldn't want to sack him, but I might even be like, I got to sack him for 12th. He needs to be better than or equal to 8th. I think that's what the goal should be for sure. 7th or 8th should be the goal. But if somebody misses the goal by 2 places, do you sack them? Like, I don't know. I wouldn't sack them for 10th, but 12th is when I'd start having to think about sacking. And to be honest with you, if we got him a midfielder and a striker, I still don't know that we finish much better than 7th. Like, we need a lot more to finish better than 7th or 8th. Guys, how many likes do I have? I don't even... Hold on. I don't... For some reason, I'm really bad at checking that kind of stuff. I still don't know. I can't even check. I'm just going to watch the game. That's Leon, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's Leon. We were like 1 win from 12th last season. Oh, 1 win from 12th, and it was a horrible season. Fredrickson has improved the more he has played. He gets the system. Fredrickson. Let me keep an eye on him. He did impress me a lot last game when I rewatched the game. Man United shouldn't be under 8th, is what Be Cool said. That Marcus agrees with. I mean, I agree. If we get a striker, that's how I'll feel. I'll feel more about like 8th if we get a striker, dude. I'm sorry. His positioning and his runs sometimes just baffle me. That's Mason Mount. Run harder, Cheeto. You got to run, man. So Cheeto there didn't give Mason anything to work with. Anything to work with. Cheeto needed to run his own 16 as hard as he can so Mason can just send it there. Lissandra as future CDM. No. No, especially after a knee injury like he just had. I just don't think he's going to be able to be as explosive. Lissandra as future CDM is... It's like we're Manchester United. Why are we putting square pegs in round holes? I don't like that kind of thing. You got to remember about Lissandro is he started at Ajax as a CDM, and he wasn't even good enough for Ajax as a CDM. They moved him to left back, and then they moved him to left center back at Ajax. So if he wasn't good enough in the Dutch league to play CDM, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be a great CDM in the Premier League. Be cool. Thanks for telling me, man. 43 likes. Not bad. I'll take it. So Binder's playing the whole game, huh? This is good passing. I mean, Cass wasn't in position to help, but that was good. This is exactly the one-touch passing we've been complaining about, what you just saw there. Look at Mount hustle, man. I really do like Mount. Ah. Too much backwards. Leon with the aggression. Leon's got a lot to learn, but I like him. I like the look of him. I like how aggressive he is. You got to remember he's 18 years old. There's a player in there. At 18 years old, he doesn't look like he doesn't belong physically with them. physically, he's got all the tools. He just now has to learn how to play at a faster pace than he's ever played in Paraguay. And he's got to be a little more clinical with his touches. I'm actually looking forward to watching him develop. Like, he looks like he's going to be a player in like 3 years. Look at that. Look at that. Great job, Leon. The small team lost a lot of talent, but I predict 8th to 10th this season. Art thinks it's going to be tough against Arsenal. It's going to be tough against Arsenal. It's going to be tough against a lot of teams, guys. Like, it's going to be a tough season. It won't be as bad as last season. It won't. But it's going to be a tough season. We don't even have the speed of Garnacho or Rashford up front. So we don't have, those breakout counter-attacking goals we used to score against Liverpool and Man City to like win a game or draw a game. We're not going to have that. And that's okay. Like, I'm not saying it's not okay, but because we don't have that like swift counterattacking punch that comes at you out of nowhere because of the crazy speed we used to have up front, our other part of our play, like our possession, our ball, our distribution, our circulation, our movement has to be precise, or else we're going to get spanked by the bigger teams because we're not going to score that many counterattacking goals. I don't know if anybody's has been deeping that yet. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it. This is a different type of team. This is a different type of system. It's a different type of squad they're trying to build, and they're trying to build it because in the long run, once it is built, once it's actually running the way it's supposed to run, it's much more consistent. It's less chaotic. It's more dependable. It's much better. But with that said, we won a handful of big games with the chaos that we used to produce in the counterattacks. I'm not saying we're not going to counter, but our counters are going to be a lot more they're going to have to be a lot more intelligent. Whereas before, some of our counters were like just kick the ball past their defense, and one of our fast runners will get there. Now our counters are going to be, okay, the next 3 passes have to be the exact right ones. Is that Fredrickson? That was really bad from Delo. Delo's been bad too, man. Delo's been bad too in the preseason so far. These things I don't understand, Amarim. Heaton is much better than Bayender. Yeah, but he might have to look at Bayender and figure out what he's going to do, right? Like, he might have to take a look at Bayender, so he's got to play him. He probably knows what he can get out of Heaton. And he probably needs to, like, really watch Bayender play a couple of games to see, okay, like, man, Delo is not great. He probably has to see Bayender and figure out what they want to do in the goalkeeper department, because that's obviously a department they're talking about. And the other thing about playing Bayender is you're giving scouts of other teams a reason or a chance to watch him. In case there's a team that's thinking about bidding for him, they probably need to watch him so they can decide whether or not, yes, they want to bid for him or not, Delo playing? Yes, Delo is playing. He's playing where Ahmad was playing. And he's playing bad. I will repeat what I said in the end of last season. Really like Shaw. When everybody was on him Didn't get any slim this summer, that is for sure. What? Didn't get any slimmer this summer? Really like Shaw. Shaw's not bad. Shaw just can't stay injury-free and in shape. You know, a fit Shaw that can run is a good player. A fit Shaw. I've seen lazy Shaw who's not a good player, like just heavy and not running and just sweating the whole time. A fit Shaw is a good player because Shaw actually is an intelligent player. That guy was selfish with the ball, that West Ham player. Maguire's putting the balls where they should be, but Obi's not making the runs. Yes, exactly. Obi has a lot to learn. Obi is not... It's sad because the kid looks like he's got all the skills, but he's also showing me signs of not being intelligent, and it could be because he's young. I'm not trying to be toxic. Could be because he's young and he's got a lot to learn. I've said it before. I've said it in videos. Obi's got a lot to learn. He's definitely got skills. He has. I used to watch him in the academy. He's definitely got skills. He's got a killer finish. He's got a body that's only going to mature and get even stronger. He's built like a striker. He's got great, like I said, he's got great footwork and good like ball striking ability. But he's got a lot to learn about positioning, running, and making faster decisions about where to position himself and run to. Too many holes in the gameplay. System is not in their heads. Yeah, for sure, 100%. I mean, that's the whole issue. That's the whole issue, is that these guys haven't memorized the system yet. I swear to God, like, Ruben needs to be watching these games and going, we need to spend an hour a day in a classroom. Like, they need to spend an hour a day in the classroom. Then they need to spend an hour on the pitch where they walk through the positions, not run, and then start running and doing all the other stuff they've been doing. But they need to walk through them. First in the classroom until this is, like, banged into their heads. B team just can't progress the ball. The game has changed to basket. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually, I was hoping it would actually get better with the B team like it did last week. This B team has gotten worse. Great job by Maguire. Yeah, this B team has made the game worse. Last week, the B team was much better. To be fair, they're tearing everything apart. They've teared not just the midfield. They're tearing down our right side and our left. Yeah, right side. They've been tearing down our right side and the midfield. Semeex, bro, I don't think Amram is hoping to work out, unfortunately, bro. What? I don't think Amram is hoping to work out? Semeex, bro, I don't think Amram is hoping to work out. What do you mean? He's hoping to fail? I think you mean, I don't think Amram is going to work out or something like that. That 38 guy, I think that's Fletcher, right? Yeah, that's Fletcher. He's supposed to be good. I haven't seen him touch the ball yet. West Ham is better one touching in this game. They're moving better than us. Did West Ham make any changes outside Paqueta? Yeah, West Ham made like 6 changes. 6 or 7, I don't know. But I saw a whole gang of West Ham players come in. Going to get to work out, unfortunately. We'll see, man. We'll see. Half the reason, if it doesn't work out, half the reason is going to be on the ownership, bro. Like, I don't know how to tell you guys. Like, I'm not 100%. Look, if Amram doesn't work out, he deserves some blame for sure. But the ownership group and choosing to switch tactics as severely as bringing in a Ruben Amorim is compared to the way we used to play football, and then only buying him. Do you guys know how many players they bought Amram? Can anybody guess? I'll tell you. They bought him an 18-year-old Diego Leon. I believe an 18-year-old Aiden Heaven. They bought him Patrick Dorgu, Cunha, and Mbumo, who we haven't seen Mbumo yet. Let's be real. Diego Leon and Aiden Heaven should not count. They are for the future. Even though they're both playing right now, they are still for the future. They should not count. If they bought Aiden Heaven for Man City, he'd sit on the bench. Any of the top 10 squads in the Premier League, Aiden Heaven would be on the bench. Let's be real. I like him. This isn't me being toxic. I'm being real. I like Aiden Heaven, but there's no way he starts for like the top 6 squads in the league. I don't even think he starts for the top 10 squads in the league. So that shouldn't count. Diego Leon shouldn't count. He's not starting. He just turned 18 too. He's not even like 18. Like he just turned 18 a month or two ago. So all they got for Ruben Amorim, who they've tasked with changing the way we play, is Cunha, Mbumo, Patrick Dorgu. That's it. 3 players. And asked him to change the whole tactical way we've played for like a decade. Look at Fletcher. That's not fair. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking all the blame off Amorim. Amorim is still going to be to blame if we finish like 14th or 12th or whatever. Amorim will still have partial blame, but you got to blame the ownership too. Like they set him up to fail. You weren't ready to bring in somebody who's going to play a 3-back system with 2 wing backs. And then he's had to change one of his Ahmad into a wing back. And then you bought him the 2 inside 10s that he needed finally, which is a good thing. I don't know, man. It just doesn't add up. The business side of it, the logic side of it doesn't really add up. But yes, he would be partially to blame, but I'd say there's more blame on the people who made these decisions instead of getting a manager who can play a 4-3-3. Now, I like Ruben Amorim. I love Ruben Amorim. I even like his system. I really like Ruben Amorim. I want him to get what he needs so he can show us what his system can do. Matus, I read everything you wrote, and then the last sentence like shocked me because you said I don't see us getting top 5, and I'm like, yeah, well, for sure we're not getting top. Like with this squad, we're not getting top 5. If we get top 5, Ruben deserves like a medal. We should get a trophy for top 5, just for being able to get top 5 with this squad. No, we're not getting top 5. We're hoping for 7th. We'll settle for 8th. Is basically how we got to look for it, right? The goal is 7th, but we'll settle for 8th. If we get 10th, we have to understand the circumstances as to why we got 10th and learn from it. If we finish 12th, then I don't know what's going to happen. If we finish 12th or worse, we'll probably get sacked. He'll probably get sacked. If Amorim goes, so does the upper management. It is a partnership. Yeah, but that's not how the world works, right? Like, they'll just sack the manager and... I really hope Luke Shaw is open to moving to Saudi, like I read, but I don't believe it. I really hope Anthony's open to moving to Saudi. I read that. I don't believe it. But if those two guys are open to moving to Saudi, we can make $100 million right there, just off Shaw and Anthony. If Anthony and Shaw are willing to move to Saudi, we make $100 million right there, and then we can go get a midfielder and a striker. And then I'll look at you and be like, okay, we should definitely finish 8th or 7th. I'm not even worried about 10th anymore. Eddie, what's up, man? Where you been, bro? You show up out of nowhere and you say something bad about Cass without even saying hi. Eddie, nice to see you. You missed the pre-show. I made a pre-show. You missed it. That's gone forever. Guys, I think Ruben Amorim has a lot of work to do in the next couple of days. I think that he's not happy. I don't think he likes this game. I'm actually wondering what he's going to say after this when they ask him questions, because he's not happy, and he's an honest guy. That's what I love about him. Like, so he's definitely going to say what he saw and what wasn't good. I'm just smiling at Eddie's comments. B team sucks. Delo keeps playing as fullback instead of wingback. I know, man. We fans wouldn't like it, but the board has to stick with Amorim for the season and the next. I agree with you, K7. I honestly do. Like, even if you finish 12, I think, like, I don't know, man. It would take a lot for me to sack Amorim. A lot. A lot. Like, there would have to be, like, real issues with the squad and the way we're playing for me to say, like, let's sack Amorim. Because if we lose games but I can pinpoint the mistakes on a player, I'm not going to blame Amorim. I'm like, that player and this player in this sequence lost us the game. I believe that too. Matus says the system isn't easy to clinch, but when it finally clicks, there'll be a force. I believe that, and that's kind of how it works with these really intricate, detailed systems. Like, what's that bald guy's name that coaches Man City? Oh, like Pep's system. Like, until you clinch it, it looks rough. But the problem is, like, Pep had a pretty fantastic squad to work with. I mean, remember, they were champions before he got in. Our squad is bad, and you're trying to teach these bad squad how to make different decisions and run to different positions. I'm watching the post-game interviews. P-Storm, well, a win's a win. I think Leon did okay today, says Eddie. Yes, Leon did okay today, actually. I like Leon. He's just got, he's just young. I don't know, man. Like, am I going to make a tactical video out of this game? Honestly, I'm not inspired to, if you know what I mean. Like, I'll probably wait till Wednesday's game and see how that turns out, because I think I saw Ruben Amorim really mad in a lot of instances of this game. So I'd like to see what's different in Wednesday's game. And then maybe I'll make a tactical breakdown of that game. I don't like making tactical videos of, like, here's where the positions are, here are where the players are, this is where he's supposed to go, that's what was supposed to happen, and it didn't happen. Like, I've made that a couple of times already. Like, now I can't wait for it to actually work so I can go, here's what happened, and it's exactly how Sporting did it, and then show you guys, like, Sporting, and then show you guys, like, us doing it, and it looks the same. Right now it's like, well, here's what Sporting would have done, and here's how our players didn't do. definitely out of possession, like Manu says, definitely out of possession, we're actually a much better team. Out of possession, we're actually a much better team. I have to say, and I said it last week too, because even last week, out of possession, we were solid. We were really good out of possession. Out of possession, our pressing patterns, our positional play, and this is what I said last week, maybe that's what we spent most of our time working on is defense. We haven't worked on in possession as much as out of possession, which makes sense because out of possession is vital. You don't want to get scored on. But we got to get to the point where we're starting to see better in possession play and in possession movement. Because the season's going to be starting sooner than we know. Marcus, man, nice to have you here. And like I said, every watch along, second half, not at the same time, just pick a random time in the second half and say something negative about Bruno. Try to say the same exact sentence. What does timer mean? Oh, because my timer's going on. Good catch. What just happened in the last 20 minutes? What happened in the last 20 minutes? You told me to call you Scissors. And then a bunch of players came in and didn't play that well. 3 a.m. hitting the sack. Cheers, Art. See you later, man. Good night. It was a game of two teams. That's true, actually. We did play better in the first half for sure. The second team was horrible. Yeah, they were. Build-up has been better. Decision-making in the final third needs a lot of work. Yes, 100%. Bruno wasn't patient enough on the ball. He is meant to be. The players were rushing too much in their positions. Yes, but they need to be making the right decision faster, though. They were rushing to make the wrong decision, which is really bad. The second team is under 21, under 23 bench players. Some of them, I guess. Well, not really. It's just Fredrickson, Fletcher, and that's it. Unless you're calling Diego Leon an under 21 player. Good night, Marcus. What about Sekou Kone? Dude, what about Sekou? Like, I wish we saw Sekou Kone. I was waiting to see him. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think Toby Collier can cut it. He's still overrated. Good night, Marcus. It's too late now. He can't score another goal. It's getting really late. I'm going to sleep too. All right, later, man. Take Jim's advice then. Walk to the right decision. Blah, blah, blah. I think he meant that in building the squad, not the actual play we play. Cheeto is so overhyped. Gibby, I don't want to agree, but I'm almost agreeing, bro. He's getting his chances. He's getting minutes, and he's not showing me anything. So I'm almost agreeing with you, bro. Which is sad. But like I always say, when it comes to these young kids, when you're buying these 18, 17, 18, 19-year-old kids, the way you got to think about it is if 1 out of 10 purchases works out, it pays for the other 9 failures. So if Aiden Heaven works out and becomes a center back that we can rely on for the next 8 years, it pays for 9 other mistakes we make in that 18-year-old range because they're not expensive, right? Like they cost 1 to 10 million depending on the hype. They cost 1 to 10 million, and if one of them turns out to be a 60 million valuation player as they grow, well, that covers the cost of the other 9 and then some. Like you make a profit. So they don't all have to be hits when it's 18 and 19, which is why when I tell you guys, like, how much did they really back Ruben? They've given him a couple 18-year-olds, and the only ones they've really given him that we can count is Mbumo, Cunha, and Dorgu. Other than that, that's all they've given him, guys. 3 players. It's not fair. He's changing the whole system, all the tactics. He's making us play completely different way, and they go, here's 3 players, make it happen. I don't know, man. I don't think they're trying to get better than 8th place. That's the goal. I don't think they're trying to get into Champions League. I really don't. Like, they're not investing like they're trying to make it into Champions League. If they're looking around at other teams investing 200, 300 million this summer, and we're behind them already, And that's where we are. And if that's where we are, that's fine. Like, that's how we have to think. I'm not going to sit here and complain and be negative. But I still don't think we have enough to make it to the top 8, to be honest with you. I don't know. Cheeto needs to improve his off-ball movement and runs. It's still early times in the season now. They need to go back and watch 200 times this game and start to evolve. Cheeto's not there yet. I still look at him as an academy player, which is true. He plays like an academy player. But he needs to float to the sides to be able to make the runs. Scissors, yawn, yawn, yawn. I think Ruben is showing to Enios, whoever we need a striker at the very least. Bro, I don't think Enios is going to do anything unless Anthony and Garnacho are sold, or somebody sold for a real money, over 40 million. And I don't blame them for doing that. They have to play hardball. And these other players need to go, man. These other players need to go. Guys, thank you very much for being with me. I love you. Thanks again. I will see you soon. I'll try to make a video. I got to go back to work tomorrow. I'll try to make a video and post it by Wednesday morning before the game. Yeah, I'll try to make a video and post it by Wednesday morning before the game, guys. Thank you so much for being here. See you soon.